Good afternoon, how are you all doing? So today I wanted to talk about boosting the performance of your computers and laptops, and in some case servers, through the use of faster and quicker hard drives. So stick with me here, don't turn off, it's not too geeky. So we're going to have a look at the different types of hard drives, why some are better than others, which ones will give you the biggest performance increase. Because by using some of these, you could first of all expand the life of your computer, but also you might make it so much quicker than you thought was possible with your computer. It really can make a difference. So let's have a look. I've got a few different hard drives I prepared earlier here. Hopefully this will make a nice thumbnail for the video, so let's just hold them here for a second. So I'm going to talk about these three different types of hard drive. So to begin with, most computers, well, not now to be honest, but historically most computers would come with a hard drive like this, and this is a mechanical hard drive. So it has spinning, moving parts. Look upon it almost like a vinyl and the needle. Do you remember vinyl, kids? Probably not, but it physically moves. There are moving parts to this. Advantages to this over the years, this is very cheap. So you'll get an awful lot of storage for not much money at all. So that's the advantage here. This is by far the cheapest type of hard drive you can get. The disadvantage of this is also the slowest type of hard drive you can get. So if your computer has a standard hard drive in like this one, you'll be really surprised the difference it can make by upgrading to one of the two hard drives I'm about to show you. So yeah, this is cheap, cheerful, you'll get loads of storage for not a lot of money, but it is slow. Even I'll be honest, even a brand new computer with one of these in could potentially feel slow, because this is the bottleneck and this is the slow device. The amount of upgrades we've done over the years, where we're just simply replacing these with one of these other two types of hard drives I'm about to show you, well, we've done hundreds of them, literally done hundreds of them. So the good news is, if you're buying a new computer today, you'll struggle to find a computer with one of these in, because most new computers have one of the two types of hard drives in I'm about to show you. A lot of the manufacturers simply don't bother with these anymore. So that's the good news. This more applies to older computers. So your very first option, if you wanted to get away from the standard hard drive, is to move to one of these. It looks very similar to this standard hard drive. What you obviously can't tell over the video is this is much lighter than this. And this is an SSD hard drive, also known as a solid state drive. There are no moving components to this. What that means is, because there's no mechanical moving parts to this, it's very fast. These SSD hard drives massively outperform these. They are lightning quick compared to them. So again, these now, they used to be historically quite expensive to buy these, but now they've really come down in price, and you can get one of a decent size. The one I'm showing you is just one I've pulled from some old spares we've got here in the office. So this is only a small 60 gig one, but realistically you can want at least a 240 gigabyte one. But one of them doesn't cost much. Doesn't cost much at all. You're talking, I don't know, 30-40 pounds, something like that. And this will make a massive difference over this if you've got one of these. Honestly, I've had PCs in front of me before struggling. This is the single cheapest, biggest performance gain you can give your computer, is upgrading to one of these. You've really got to look at it. So that is what you might call a standard SSD hard drive. Still lightning quick compared to the traditional hard drive I just showed you. Now, the newer kid on the block, I'm going to say new kid on the block, but they've been around a number of years already. But this is almost like an even fancier version of this. So this is also a solid state drive, but it's a little bit different. It's a very small, thin, rectangular shape. So it doesn't look like this one, as you can see on the picture of the box. It looks completely different, but it is still a solid state ultra fast SSD hard drive, but this one is much quicker than this one again. So if you've got the budget, but a more important note, if your computer has got the capability to have one of these, which I'm going to elaborate on in a second, elaborate when I can say it properly. I will elaborate on that in a second. But yeah, this is even quicker than this one again. So you might be watching this going, well, hold on a second. You just said to get one of these, but this one's even quicker. I want to get me one of them. Now, because this has what's got a completely different type of fitting in. Actually, no, let me take this back a step, sorry. Let me take this back a step. If you've got one of these hard drives, you can instantly fit this because these have the same connectors on. So if you have one of them, you're guaranteed to be able to put one of these in your computer because they use the same connection. This uses a completely different connection to these ones. So you would need to check that your computer has the little slot for this to fit inside your computer, because otherwise you might buy it, be all excited, go to put it in your computer and there's nowhere for it to go. These generally, in very general terms, will only go in newer computers. If you've got a computer which is older than a few years old, you probably won't have the slot inside it to fit one of these. So that's a really important note. This is much quicker again than one of these, but you might not be able to have this inside your computer. So you would need to check. Let's say your computer does have a slot in for this to go in. This is definitely the one to go for because this is miles quicker again than this. This will massively outperform it. These are super, ultra, lightning quick. And the good news is, going back to when I touched on pricing, there used to be quite a big price difference between these two. There isn't anymore. There's not much in it at all. The last time I looked at these, I think I was looking for a fairly standard one of maybe 240 gig. They were pretty much the same price if my memory serves me correctly. So price doesn't really come into it. It may do for higher capacity ones. If you need a really big hard drive, 1 terabytes, for example, there might be a significant price difference then. But at the lower end, there isn't much difference at all. So if your computer has the slot for one of these to go in, get one of these. And that is specifically here, which I didn't say, this is a solid state drive, but this is an NVMe one. And that's the type of slot that it uses, NVMe, this one. This is a standard SSD hard drive. This is an NVMe one. That's your ultra fast. So just to recap here, I appreciate I've waffled on a little bit. Standard mechanical hard drive, cheap, slow. Standard SSD hard drive, really quick, pretty cheap these days as well, guaranteed to replace the last one I just showed you. Lightning quick, ultra fast, but you need to check you've got a slot to put one of these in your computer. If you haven't, then go for this. So pretty much everybody can go for one of these. It's almost a given, but you might not be able to go for one of these, so you need to do some checks, all right? So in summary, always go for that, but you can guarantee this will go in your computer. I almost guarantee it will. So there we go. That's giving you a rough overview. So for as little as 30 to 40 pounds for one of these components, you can give your computer a massive turbo boost, a massive kick up the backside, and make you so much more productive doing your work from home whilst you wait to get for a haircut like me. It will really, really amaze you. It amazes me the difference it makes. Even to this day, you can have an almost unusable computer, put one of these in and it's lightning. So go for it. I hope this video gives you a bit of an idea, just a little bit of an understanding of these different components, because I appreciate it's a little techy, a little geeky, but hopefully it gives you an idea, and cost as well, that it doesn't actually cost that much money either. So if this has helped, you know what to do. Smash the like button, help us grow our channel by smashing that like button. Likewise, feel free to comment. I try to engage with everybody and get back to everybody who comments on our videos, so please do feel free to comment. Please do subscribe to the channel. We're adding new content all the time, hopefully 3 regular videos a week. And likewise, use the links below to connect with me on the likes of Instagram, Twitter and LinkedIn, if that's your cup of tea. And I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.